It is very nice to greet you again. In today's video we will talk about the following. Pros and cons of sex after a breakup. Sex after a breakup involves having sex with an ex-partner after ending a committed romantic relationship. It can happen at various times, such as during a breakup or after separating. While not uncommon, there are significant emotional consequences to consider. How common is sex after a breakup? At first glance, the familiarity and comfort of an old flame may seem appealing, particularly because many people are frustrated with the current dating climate. This can be especially true for women, who may be wary of the potential risk and vulnerability involved with a new partner. Research suggests that sex after a breakup is quite common. 27% of young adults report having had sex with their ex within a 2-year period. Why do couples have sex after a breakup? There are many reasons. Whether it's for pleasure or comfort, or because this person wants to reconnect with their ex in some way, these are some of the reasons why it's quite common. For pleasure. According to studies, many ex-partners maintain relationships after breaking up for personal reasons. The main reason cited for staying in a relationship with an ex-partner is having fun. The second most common reason is sexual frustration, missing sex, but not necessarily with that person in particular. Longing for a relationship and a desire to connect with another person with whom they have some familiarity can influence a person's decision to have sex after a breakup. Men are more likely to identify pleasure as their primary reason for continuing to have sex after a breakup. This may be because men are more likely to value quantity over quality when it comes to sexual partners. Maintaining the relationship. The desire to rekindle the bond with an ex-partner can also be the motivation for continuing sexual contact. The third most common reason for this behavior is the hope of retaining one's partner, or in other words, keeping their ex in their life. One may be motivated by the desire to keep the other person in their life in some form, maintain access, and potentially get back together. There may be a longing to at least keep the option of reconciliation alive. Relationship ambivalence. Confusion about how one feels about ending a relationship can also be the incentive to pursue intimacy after a breakup. A person may want to keep their partner in the background or as a just-in-case option for the future if there are unresolved feelings. This is often the case if the person doubts their potential for success with potential partners. Some people may be more likely to continue a physical relationship with their ex if they are unsure whether they want to be part of a committed romantic partnership. Having casual encounters with an ex-partner can have the appeal of seeming like the best of both worlds. You have the comfort of familiarity without monogamy. Men are more motivated by the uncertainty of a relationship. Emotional stress. Heartbreak appears to be a major influence on a person's willingness to have sex with a past love. It may seem like an overly nuanced issue, but social scientists have determined that the psychological and emotional pain caused by the end of a relationship seems to peak after 2 weeks. Some people believe that sex with a former partner will help them heal and recover from the end of their relationship. Others believe that continuing a sexual relationship offers a degree of closure after a breakup. What factors influence sex with an ex-partner? Whether someone feels they are or were in love with the other person increases their desire to have sex after the relationship ends. The perceived attractiveness of an ex-partner is another important factor. Those who feel they are suffering a loss of social status or economic resources tend to engage in sexual relations with ex-partners more frequently and see it as a potential tool to retain their partner. Are there psychological consequences to having sex after a breakup? Couples who continued having relations with a former partner for 2 months or more felt that this behavior had no impact on their overall well-being. Furthermore, there is data to support the idea that women tend to regret having sex with their ex and feel bad about themselves after having sex. Men actually tend to feel better about themselves in the same situation. You are an essential part of what we do on this channel. For this reason, we keep an eye on what you need, and if it is your desire to recover your ex correctly and effectively, you must click on the link below.